Time for the first award, the Citizen Activist of the Year Award, and to present the award to our friend Charles Johnson. We're very grateful to have with us last year's Consumer Advocate Hall of Fame inductee, Annette Ramirez. Annette is the epitome of perseverance, persistence, and light. She has been a leader of this fight ever since recovering from her tragedy, and she inspires us all. Please join me in welcoming Annette Ramirez.
Over here, Pat. Okay. Oh my goodness. Wow. Isn't it great to be back in person here at Consumer Watchdog's Rage for Justice Awards? The last time we were together in 2019, I had the distinct honor of being inducted into the Consumer Watchdog's Hall of Fame. Tonight, I am thrilled to be asked to introduce the recipient of the Citizen Activist of the Year Award. But before I do so, I want to congratulate all 4 of our amazing recipients, 3 of whom I had the pleasure of working alongside as part of the Fairness for Patients Act campaign. Now, the 4th recipient epitomizes the word rager in everything he does, through his music, his political activism, and simply in his life. And since I do have the stage right now, yes, Tom, my husband and I are really big fans of yours. Okay. Again, my name is Annette Ramirez. This is my service dog, Patch. Okay, a little plug for canine companions, okay? Okay. I have been a volunteer and patient advocate for Consumer Watchdog since 2012, when I became a victim of medical negligence. My medical negligence left me in the hospital for 2 years, finally leaving me as a sepsis survivor, a burn victim, and a quad amputee. Thankfully, because of my faith and support of my husband, Rolando, my family and friends, and of course, my attorney, Dr. Bruce Fagel, and his beautiful wife, Trudy, I am blessed to be here as a presenter 10 years later. So when Carmen Balber asked me to introduce Charles, she admitted that I was actually Charles's second choice. Of course, I had to ask, well, who was his first choice? Carmen paused and said, well, sheepishly, Oprah. To which I thought, well, Charles, you didn't set the bar very high tonight, did you? Well, since Oprah couldn't make it tonight, I found a quote that she might have said about Charles in her introduction, and I quote, "You either get bitter or you get better. It's that simple. You either take what has been dealt to you and allow it to make you a better person, or you allow it to tear you down. The choice does not belong to fate, it belongs to you." Charles Johnson experienced the most catastrophic event that could ever happen to a person, losing his beautiful wife and mother of their children, Kira, in childbirth. However, Charles channeled his pain and grief into advocacy in tribute to Kira. He became chair of the Fairness for Injured Patients Act, a campaign centered around the stories of families hurt by the cap and fighting for change. Believe me, none of the doctors and insurance companies opposing us wanted to face Charles and try to argue that it was fair, that it was anything other than simply outrageous, that Kara's life was worth a mere $250,000 because of MICRA. Her story and the power of Charles' advocacy helped us win this historic compromise. Charles also became tireless in his advocacy for women in childbirth. He testified in Congress in 2018 and was instrumental in passing the first national law to address the maternal mortality crisis. Charles then helped drive the 2021 Momnibus bill, a package of bills addressing maternal health, including the Kira Johnson Act, that is the basis for ongoing efforts in Congress. Kira's story and Charles' crusade helped bring the maternal mortality crisis to a national awareness and forced the healthcare system to acknowledge the disparities in healthcare and outcomes for women of color, especially Black mothers. And all while doing this, he is raising two beautiful boys, Charles V and Langston, who are 7 and 6. Now, Charles is the nicest and sweetest guy you will ever meet. And he has that beautiful magnetic smile, but he does not pull punches when he's confronted with injustice. And that's the kind of rage for justice that makes him a kindred spirit, burning passion and uncompromising conviction. And Charles has an abundance of both. Please play the video.
My name is Charles Johnson, and I was fortunate enough